3 things you simply must do at the start of every webinar. Delivering a webinar might seem easy if you're a good speaker, but it can actually be quite difficult. As well as making sure that your presentation goes well, there are all kinds of technical issues which need to be resolved. After all, a mistake here can mean that you're broadcasting a blank screen to your webinar viewers, or worse, you're broadcasting absolutely nothing at all. To avoid those mistakes, you need to be prepared. In this article, I've identified 3 things that you simply must do at the start of every webinar to make sure that you don't receive any nasty surprises. The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you're recording the webinar. Anytime you deliver a webinar, you need to make sure that you're getting a video copy of it. This is essential as it means that you can sell the webinar again, or even give it away to build a list. The viewers of the webinar will often want to watch the footage back in case they missed anything the first time around. This is also useful for you, as you can review and critique your performance to improve it next time. You also need to make sure that your screen is being broadcast to the webinar attendees. It's easy to just look at your own screen and assume that it's being broadcast, but sadly, this isn't always the case. There's always a special button to start the webinar broadcast. Be careful as well if you ever choose to pause showing your screen, for instance if you're updating something in the background. Make sure that you resume broadcasting your screen when this is done. The last thing that you should always do is get direct confirmation from the audience that they can see the screen and they can hear you. The best way to do this is to just ask them a direct question. They can type their answer into the chat box. This has an added advantage in that it ensures that the audience is awake and that they are able to use the chat box later to ask questions. Make sure that your webinar will run smoothly by taking preparatory steps prior to broadcast. The 3 areas I've outlined are all simple and need not take much time up. Always broadcast your screen and check with the audience that they can see and hear it. Record the webinar so that you have that useful resource available. If you can follow these instructions, you can make sure that your webinar is a huge success.